USPAP Page 80, Advisory Opinion 9, AO 9. This communication by the Appraisal Standards Board, ASB, does not establish new standards or interpret existing standards. Advisory opinions are issued to illustrate the applicability of appraisal standards in specific situations and to offer advice from the ASB for the resolution of appraisal issues and problems. Subject: the appraisal of real property that may be impacted by environmental contamination application. Real property the issue. Appraisals of contaminated properties. Are properties suspected of being contaminated are sometimes developed using either a hypothetical condition or an extraordinary assumption that the property is free of the contamination. While this is acceptable practice under certain conditions and for certain intended uses, there are assignments that require an appraisal of the as-is condition of the property. With full consideration of the effects of environmental contamination. In these assignments, the appraiser is asked to analyze the effects of known environmental contamination on the value of the subject property. How does an appraiser comply with USPAP when appraising properties that may be impacted by environmental contamination? Advice from the ASB on the issue, relevant USPAP and advisory references. Definitions, specifically the definitions of extraordinary assumption. An assignment-specific assumption is of the effective date regarding uncertain information used in an analysis which, if found to be false, could alter the appraiser's opinions or conclusions. Comment: uncertain information might include physical, legal, or economic characteristics of the subject property. Are conditions external to the property, such as market conditions or trends, or the integrity of data used in an analysis. Hypothetical condition: a condition directly related to a specific assignment, which is contrary to what is known by the appraiser to exist on the effective date of the assignment results, but is used for the purpose of analysis. Comment: hypothetical conditions are contrary to known facts about physical, legal, or economic characteristics of the subject property, or about conditions external to the property, such as market conditions or trends, or about the integrity of data used in an analysis. Ethics rule, particularly conduct. An appraiser must perform assignments with impartiality, objectivity, and independence, and without accommodation of personal interests. An appraiser must not communicate assignment results with the intent to mislead or to defraud. Competency rule. An appraiser must 1. Be competent to perform the assignment. 2. Acquire the necessary competency to perform the assignment. Or 3. Decline or withdraw from the assignment. In all cases, the appraiser must perform competently when completing the assignment. Standards Rule 1-1. In developing a real property appraisal, an appraiser must be aware of, understand, and correctly employ those recognized methods and techniques that are necessary to produce a credible appraisal. Standards Rule 1-2. In developing a real property appraisal, an appraiser must identify the characteristics of the property that are relevant to the type and definition of value and intended use of the appraisal. Standards Rule 1-2, F, and G. In developing a real property appraisal, an appraiser must F. Identify any extraordinary assumptions necessary in the assignment, and G. Identify any hypothetical conditions necessary in the assignment. Advisory Opinions 2018-2019 edition, The Appraisal Foundation 1, 2, 3.